Oh, the weary cutter and oh, the weary sea. Oh, the weary cutter has taken my laddie from me. They've pressed him far away foreign, when else sun beyond the salt sea. Once there was a boy who ran away to sea. He was an unhappy boy. His father was a brutal despot who ruled his family with a fierce will and a hard hand. The boy dreamed of escape, of other places, of a life where hardship came from adventure, not from oppression. The boy reached New York before he was found and brought back to the home he hated. When war came, the boy escaped again, this time to Iceland. But even in this world, wars sometimes end, and the boy is brought home once more, this time to settle down and raise a family of his own. He still dreamed of the sea, but responsibilities flooded his life like a spring tide, and the boy who dreamed of the sea knew that he was drowning. Have stolen my laddie from me. They only come in the night, they never come in the day. They come at night and steal the laddies away. Once there was a man who ran away to sea. It wasn't the first time. He'd done it before when he was 15. But back then, he had been driven by a dream of adventure. The kind of dream a boy might have before the world makes its claims on him. But the boy grew up, and he learned that there was no place for frivolous adventure in the life of a responsible man. So he married, and he had children, and he worked dead-end jobs, and made enough money to scrape by. Time passed, and life ground the man down, and bitterness seeped into his spirit like brine through the rotten planks of an abandoned boat. Life had trapped the man, and the trap took the shape of those he was required to love and protect. But the man didn't forget his dream. As the years passed, he remembered his flight from a harsh father, and the exhilaration of a freedom so briefly glimpsed. So he took the money he had saved, and with it bought a boat, and sailed away in the strong salt winds of the Atlantic. Oh, the weary cutter and oh, the weary sea. Oh, the weary cutters have taken my laddie from me. I'll give the cutter a guinea, I'll give the cutter no more. I'll give him a guinea to steal my laddie little. Once there was a girl whose father ran away to sea. He'd done it once before, long before she was born, but he'd been brought back to settle down and raise a family. This made him a bitter man, and his heart grew cold within him, and he became like his own father, hard and despotic. He felt towards his family, towards this girl, not love, but a kind of ravenous, consuming desire, as if by possessing them totally, he could free himself from the ties that bound him to them. Like the gods of old, he sought to devour his young, and he called the girl to him, and sought from her what she was too fearful not to give. But instead of gaining the freedom he longed for, the man had built a prison, a dark and nightmarish place in which he was trapped together with his family. Then at last, he was given a key with which to open the door to this crowded cell. He took the money his wife had inherited and ran away to sea, to act out once more a childhood dream of escape, leaving his family behind to fend for themselves. The girl lived for many years, in fear that he would one day return.